everybody who don't like me to get together and figure out what the fuck you gonna do about it, twin. Soak it right up, twin. Right up.
And what's popping? Let me lower that camera a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Ant Money Experience with yours truly, the greatest podcast host in the world, Sir King Ant Money, the greatest. If you are here right now, you are here at the short week. I hope it's mostly everybody's Friday like it is mine's. And we gonna have fun, y'all. We gonna start the 4th of July weekend correctly. And like the good people in the comments have done, shout out to El Presidente, shout out to Scooty, shout out to my good brother Ron. Happy belated birthday. Make sure if you are in the comments, you send my good brother Ron, friend of the show. So my cat in the background skits, and Ron, my cat want to be over here acting like your cat, doing dumb stuff for no reason why I'm potting. But also, if you are going to be out, make sure you are hydrated. Don't be thirsty. And if you are here right now, you are watching on the most dangerous podcast network in the world, the Big Exclusive Network. If you got a podcast idea, your podcast needs a home, or you just want your podcast broad stream on a bigger network, Cat Cousins is hilarious. Make sure you contact us so you can win a winning team, man. You can join the winning team. But also make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the network. Get your exclusive subscription. Almost took me out there. But make sure you get your exclusive subscription so you can know all the things that's happening with the network first. Shout out to Big Exclusive. He's been putting out some content. He had his true stories, unsolved mysteries, and this week he giving y'all some valuable credit information. I took one of his tips into accountability. Pause. That was wild as shit. But before we go any further, a message from our sponsors. Show for tonight. Without further ado, producer, bring up my co-host for this evening. El Presidente, what is popping?
Good evening.
Niece, what is popping? It has been long overdue for both of y'all to be on the show once again. And I had this topic and I was like, oh shit. I was like, hold on, let me hit Britt. Britt ain't been here in a minute. Let me hit El Presidente. She ain't been here in a minute. And both of y'all responded at the same time. I said, you know what? Why not? But glad to have y'all here this evening. How are y'all doing this evening?
I'm good.
Doing amazing.
Yeah, it's been a very chill day. I got off work at 2 o'clock unexpectedly, so I took me a little nap, and now I'm up, activated.
Same here. I left it too. Came home and took a nap.
El,
It's my
Pres-
weekend.
El
It's too
Presidente, I
hot.
noticed. I noticed you doing a lot of talking with your hands.
Well, you know. I always talk with my hands
Cause
though. I always talk with
like
my hands. But see, you knew before a lot of people.
I won't put you on blast. But without further ado, let's jump into that. If it bleeds, it leads. Well, topic, please. Ladies and gentlemen, since we have met last, we have lost a music legend. I mean, we can't even just say R&B legend. I mean, he gave me your girl Whitney over here that you see in the background. He gave us, I mean, just a lot of classics. He revamped Aretha Franklin's career. Like he just gave, I mean, he gave us Alicia Keys. He's brought contributions to the music game overall, and definitely appreciate the guy. I mean, you know, nobody's perfect. In recent years, some of the nasty stuff about his past has come out. I mean, ain't nobody perfect, but thank you for your contributions and may you rest in peace. Now, let's get into the bullshit. Producer, my next topic, please. Two people have climbed the top of the Empire State Building in New York City holding a banner from the skyscraper's antenna reading, "When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace." Now, let's give them a piece of our mind. You can take that down, producer. Now, starting with you, El Presidente. I mean, what were your thoughts when you saw that?
They are insane. That's absolutely insane. I mean, the sentiment was absolute. I'll say it's beautiful, and no one will probably ever top that. However, I guess maybe they thought it was definitely worth the risk because I mean, doggone it, I don't like heights. You look down and you falling. That would have been a bad John right there.
I mean, they rushing. They seen worse in their lifetime. Now, niece, what were your thoughts about that particular event?
I'm also afraid of heights. So it's not something I would have done personally, but I thought it was cute. Like I thought, take it there. If that's how they feel about each other, you know what I'm saying? And they wanted to display it in that way. It was risky as hell because Tiff said one wrong step and it's over with. But I can see the sentiment. I see why they did it. I get it.
You talking about one wrong step? It was hot as shit yesterday. Real
Well,
feel
Man,
you
was
know
like
good well they don't feel it.
111. Your hands
they
start
rushing.
sweating.
They're rushing. That shit don't phase them.
No, they didn't care about none of
That
that.
shit do not phase them.
They didn't care about that. They didn't care about the risk of possibly falling and splattering
No, it seemed
to
like
their
that was a
death.
love. That was literally a love. The sign itself, what it said, I felt like was the message. Like that's all they
Beautiful.
was worried about is if the love is stronger than
To
world,
the
then the world will know
consequence.
peace. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Now, I would say homeboy got up there and proposed to the young lady
hmm
that was with him. So not only were you out there, you were confident enough to get on one knee. You wasn't scared she was going, huh?
I think the
I'm like,
fact that she agreed to go up there with him was the sign he needed. Like he like, oh, she gonna rock with me. That's probably what made him be like, you know
She
what?
built him and gave him that confidence to be able to go forward
Exactly.
with it. That's what we do as
Exactly.
women.
hmm
yeah, y'all do. I mean, men have done some crazy things over the power of love.
Yep.
A Real, I just want to say what up, bro, but Kenan is spelled with a C. Um, with that being said, producer, my next topic, please. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at is a
Some
picture of a
bullshit.
guitarist from Joe's Tiny Desk, Joe the singer, and I was looking at my messages, and y'all be continuing to play in my face.
I
I
Stop
mean,
looked,
playing.
and this was the second time that week that it happened. And one of my good brothers was like, "Yo, bro, that was you in the back of Joe Tiny Desk." And I looked and I said, "This some bullshit." Like normally when people send me stuff and be like, "Oh, that look like you, that look like you." No, that nigga looks like me.
No,
hmm
I
I
thought that
mean,
you had
down to the
CGI'd yourself
fucking.
onto the background when I
You can
first
take
saw
that
it
down,
and was
producer.
crying. I thought you had CGI'd yourself onto the background. I was crying because I didn't watch the Tiny Desk. I
You can
was
take
like,
that
why,
down, producer.
why he play so much? He always
Yo,
playing.
I looked and I was like, yo, that really looked like me.
it
That's
really do.
crazy. I mean, if it wouldn't have been for the two earrings that he had, I might have thought like, damn, y'all getting good with this AI, boy.
What I say to you, I said, I was like, is that really you?
I mean, when people send stuff that I gotta do a double take, I'm like, damn, I've been looking at me my whole life. If I gotta do a double take, I know what people was thinking when they saw that.
That's looking in the mirror.
Facts.
Yo, for sure.
I'm starting with the man
Look,
in the mirror.
like I
And
tell
it,
him, he play so much. He always doing this AI stuff. Why he wasn't on no tiny desk?
yo, and the first one that somebody sent me, I mean, boy looked like me. He walked up, had a bald head, black glasses, had a graphic tee on. My homie was like, and he looked like you down to the graphic tee. I was like, yo, y'all playing, but
I can't deny that twin.
I
That's the twin
Man.
for real right there.
yo, thanks. But with that being said, producer, my next topic, please. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the Double XL 2026 Freshman Class Edition. Now, keep that up there for 1 second, producer. Starting with you, niece. Can you identify any of these individuals?
Oh no, that was the first thing I was gonna say was I don't know none of these motherfuckers. Like not a single person on this joint.
Now, the only person right off the bat I was able to identify was toward the right, second from the edge, Skrilla. I know Skrilla is from Kensington, and he made that song that got all the little kids going 6 7. So I knew who he was. The person above him, I just learned who he was about 2 weeks ago. His name is Belly Gang Cushington, and he's from Atlanta. Pretty dope rapper. He caught my attention. I actually played one of his videos a couple months ago on a podcast where he stopped traffic and started rapping in the middle of the traffic and got a very hefty fine for that. Now, I believe the young lady next to him, her name is YK Nisi, and she has a couple trendy songs right now, but I identified those three. I was proud of myself. Everybody else, not a fucking clue. You can take that damn producer. Are we getting that old?
I obviously am because I didn't know a single face on there. I was just like,
Let me tell you, I just turned 44. Okay, I don't know them people,
mm-mm.
and I'm not ashamed to say that.
And the sticker in the corner made me feel even older because it said, looking at previous classes, let's identify some of the generational talents that came from the. I said, I remember when they first started doing the freshman classes. I don't even think Double XL sells physical copies of the magazine anymore.
No, mm-mm.
What up, good brother Stokes? Yeah, we.
I'm cool with that. I'm all
I
right
was
with
about to
that.
say I am not
I'm
ashamed.
not ashamed at all.
Now,
They got it.
since we on the topic, I've been hearing a lot of chatter about Young Miami's song "Spin That Shit." Spin that
I
shit.
do like that song. I ain't gonna lie.
The song is horrible,
I
but
like.
I like it. I hate to admit that I like it, and it's just catchy. I couldn't tell you one thing that she rapped in her verse. Her verses were horrible, but I seen a lot of people going in on the niece. What do you have to say about like the people that have been going in on the song itself, saying like it spreads a negative message?
I mean, we had a lot of songs when we was coming up that we was not supposed to be singing or knowing at all. So I just feel like it comes with the territory. Like it's a lot of shit we was listening to growing up that we
Facts.
was not supposed to be listening to as kids. The message that it sent, like we was not supposed to be listening to that shit. I feel like
Mm-mm.
that's gonna happen. Every generation gonna have a song that people feel like, oh, why would they say that? Like, but
I was just about to say that. I remember my mom was telling me how she was younger and she was singing I forget the name of the song, but she was like on a I forget the song, but the lady was like, I do it, we do it hard into the daylight. My mom was like, I was younger singing this, and my grandmother was like, you nasty ass. And my mom was like, I didn't even know what I was singing. But
mm-hmm.
every generation, like I've always loved the Ozzy brothers in between the sheets. When I got older and I was like,
Yeah, they were talking about fucking.
Hello.
hey,
They were talking about fucking.
I love the way you release me. What? I love the way you received me. Whoa.
Oh, and they was singing like that. That wasn't no rap song. That was
he was he was in there.
hooting and hollering.
Who was that
I guess
hollering?
because it was wrapped in R&B, it makes it a little bit better, but no.
Now, El Presidente, how do you feel about the criticism about the song?
I mean, it is what it is. When we all grew up on things that we shouldn't have been listening to. You know, my generation was Luke. Don't stop, get it. Like we wasn't supposed to be listening to that. MC
Don't
Brain,
stop,
Gucci,
pop that
Gucci.
pussy,
Like
let me
we
see
wasn't
you
supposed
do
to be listening to stuff like that. But then I can go
that.
even further back to like my mom and that those times. Betty Wright, tonight is the night you make me a woman. Like, come on,
Betty
every
Wright was a
generation.
nasty woman.
Yes.
It was a clip, and every time it comes up, I always repost it where she was at the Apollo and she like, let me grab the dick. Let me grab the
I
dick.
mean, yeah, like come
And I mean,
on.
she was literally she walked off the stage, and this had to be mid 80s because the footage of it is grainy as hell. But
Mhm.
she was going up grabbing people work. Now I ain't gonna lie, Betty, I might have had to hit you with a quick one of them if you
Yeah.
came up and you gonna grab me in front of my wife.
Hello. But I mean, let's
Man,
be real. We can't be haters. I mean, because we was listening to the same stuff. I mean, it might get a little raunchier as times go on because
I'm just saying it gets
things,
elevated.
yeah.
Wasn't Usher putting cherries in bitches' mouths? Like, what?
Hello.
Maybe like
I
Hello.
mean,
He was
Janet
not,
it be a
he was
Jackson
lot
not,
was
going
stra-
on.
wasn't it
Janet
weird?
Jackson was strapping people to the
Yes.
little
It,
joint
that's
and
what I'm saying. It just seems like it come with the territory. Like you kind of
Mhm.
gotta expect certain shit about it
Agree,
sometimes.
agree. Now, with that being said, producer, my next topic, please. North Carolina man
Rich
arrested for
forehead.
selling of drugs at a rehab center.
he making his money. He knew where to post up at. He ain't shit. I ain't gonna. He ain't shit. People trying to get help, but he knew it's gonna be some weak individuals coming in or out of this
Yeah,
building.
you ain't really got to go in here to come over here.
That's a sin. That's a sin before God right there.
Yeah, I was watching a podcast. Shout out to Stormy P, Chocolate Chip and Sip, and she actually interviewed her son's grandfather, and he was saying how he was a drug addict, and he was saying that somebody is serious about trying to get their sobriety when they go to rehab in the summer. I was like,
Because
because he said in the
sometimes,
wintertime it's not as much to do, but he was like in the summertime, everything is active. You can go out whenever. He was
mhm.
like, but he hit a brick wall and he was like, no, I need to do this. And he said that summer he went, got clean, and never looked back. And
No,
I was
but
like, you know what? That's a great point.
when you think about it, he's just as I mean, the clinics are just as bad. People go there to get clean, to get weaned off of drugs, and they give them a little bit of the drug just to wean them
To
off.
wean them off. Yep.
Now, from what I understand, you have to do that with heroin because of the way your body becomes
The
adapted to it.
withdrawal.
That if
Yep.
you
Mhm.
take it away and you try to go cold turkey, your
It can
body
kill
starts
you.
to go in shock.
Yeah, it can kill
Which
you.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's insane. I mean, my mom worked at the VA, and one of my uncles, may he rest in peace. My mom was like, they would send some vets to these methadone clinics, so she had to go do like a site visit, and she was like, she saw her uncle walk out and she was
Yeah,
like, and he had told her how when he was in Vietnam, he had gotten hooked on it and he was like, he had been that way most of his life. And she was like, I would have never known. He was like, I've always done it clean. So nobody knew. I
once
was
you get
coming
that
home every
taste, that
night.
was
I
it.
wasn't stealing from nobody because I was working. He was a functioning heroin addict. And I was just like, damn, that is insane.
One of my best
Now,
friends died of an overdose,
One
a
of my
heroin
best
mhm.
friends
overdose.
as well. She had just came back from. She was home for like 9 days and
Same,
overdosed.
And
same.
it is crazy. I mean, people, if you are in need of help, definitely go see it because what is scarier than people dying of overdoses like this fentanyl crisis? I mean,
Yeah.
I
It's
they
serious. It
putting
ain't no
it in
joke.
everything from pills to weed, which I'm like, and weed, what? That is insane to me. Now to
Yeah.
make the subject a little bit lighter, I saw this and I had sent this to a family member, and I was like, he ain't the first one to do this. He just the first one that got caught. That family member laughed because I remember as teenagers, he did the same thing at his drug facility. But in my family members' credit, we were underage. He didn't know any better. Still ain't shit, nigga. But with that being said, producer, my next topic, please. Woman attempted, no, woman who emptied Nick's trash can on street, then stole it, fired from JP Morgan. Was DIE exec. Okay, you can take that down, producer. Now, I thought that this was funny because there's a video footage of it where she walked up, she took the trash can for the Knicks winning the championship. They painted all the trash cans, I believe, in a route orange and blue. Now, my question is, let's start with you, El Presidente. Do you think that was enough to get her fired from her job for?
See, that's a double-edged sword because being from a corporate background, you kind of have to watch everything that you do, especially when
For
you're in the public
sure.
eye. First and foremost, I'm not littering anyway. It was just no reason for that. But when you're in the public eye and you're an executive, you really have to watch everything you do. Unfortunately, everything you say, you have to be a step ahead in being mindful of how you present yourself. Because like
Yeah.
she just did, it comes back to bite you.
And I was like, this isn't like a gross infraction. And I'm like, oh, you make the company look
But
horrible.
social media, it's like
Social
Tiff said,
media.
you have to be aware. Like when you're in certain positions, you have to be aware of what you're doing. And I think 20 years ago, she wouldn't have been fired from her job because nobody would have knew she did it.
Nobody would have
Exactly.
known.
Exactly. But everything is being captured now. I mean,
Everything you do, and that's a big moment. Like the Knicks winning, and everybody was going crazy. So
yeah,
I understand. I get the passion. I agree with Tiff. I don't litter. So that kind of threw me off because like,
like what you
why did
doing
you
with
need to
this?
do
And
that?
I'm not
Yeah, like
I'm not
what? If
touching
you
no
wanted the
dirty trash
trash
can. Like
can,
that's nasty. I ain't
yeah,
touching
like I'm
Man.
that.
not stealing the trash can. But
Ew.
again, it's just like, had this been 2003, she would still have her job. You know
She'd
what
have
I'm
been all
saying? But
right.
it's unfortunately people are recording everything. And like Tiff said, as that DEI exec, like you hold a position of power, you
Mm-hmm.
are expected to, and the company, even if it's not just her office, like that entire company is dependent on you to set the image.
Yes.
Now,
They kind of had to fire her.
Like y'all know the
But
company I work for. So even our social media pages get scrubbed. Like we have to make sure that we're not representing ourselves to make the company look bad.
right.
and you know what? I learned how deep your company's research with social media is. One of my friends in a group chat was like, hey, y'all, I know y'all think it's funny when it's like an accident to be like, hey, yo, was that you? She was like, I'm going to need y'all to stop doing it because
Yes,
she was like, when y'all do that, I get drug tested. She was like,
yes,
man, I don't do anything. I said, oh, shit, I just thought we was telling jokes. She was like, no, every time I get pulled in a random drug test when y'all make jokes like that.
the slightest
Now,
thing you'll get a drug
Hmm.
test for.
now, this lady took 3 L's. One, she got fired from her job, which was the biggest L. Two,
This economy,
she had to pay a fine on top of that for the trash can. Three, the city actually started selling those trash cans for 200 a pop.
Now she got fined and they about to sell them. Like they could have just
All
made the
she
money
had to
from
do,
selling it.
all she had to do was
Was
wait,
wait.
and
Yeah.
she would have.
All she had to do was wait. But honestly, if she didn't steal it, they might not be selling them for 200. Maybe they didn't know they was that important until
that
she
right
stole
there.
one. She
And
might
then
Listen,
be the reason they charging.
social media presence because of what she did now put the spotlight on it.
Yep. Because
listen,
they probably just did that to be festive. Like ain't nobody
right.
just giving away all them trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Mm-hmm.
y'all want the trash cans? We gonna give them to y'all.
Two hundred
We gonna give
dollars.
them to y'all. $200.
And the sad part is she probably not even the only person that I would put money on it that she's not the only person that did that.
I guarantee
That's the
somebody seen
thing.
her stealing it and was like, "That's a good idea. I'm gonna take one too." But
You putting a price on her loss. That's salty.
yeah, I
Listen,
mean, that's
that's what
her own fault
happens.
though.
That's
Maybe
what
if she
happens the
wouldn't have
most.
littered, we wouldn't be here right now.
That's what happens to most trailblazers. Sucks to suck. But with that being said, producer, my next topic, please. Now, this clip and this meme has gone viral. I forget the young lady's name, but she plays for the Indian. I forget what the WNBA team's name is. You can take that down. Um, she was a teammate to Caitlin Clark, and there was a on the court incident where one player and Caitlin Clark got tangled up. The player, I don't know if it was inadvertent or not. I'm going to say she might have did it on purpose, where she like landed on top of her, hit her in the throat, and there was a little melee. No real punches thrown, but this young lady antagonized the player that did the involved in the incident with Caitlin Clark, and she just thought it was funny to point at her, and she just kept pointing at her, and the other player just became extremely agitated. Now, I thought it was very funny, and then I went down the rabbit hole of watching people talk about it. Now, one thing that I saw was a young lady made a video, and she was like, I don't like the praise that this young lady is getting. Now, although she didn't do anything super crazy, she's now known as like a petty queen, and I like what she did. It was funny. But the thing that is being said is that if she was a black woman, she wouldn't have been getting the same notoriety as this young lady for doing the same thing. Do you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree. I mean, had it been a black girl, don't get me wrong, it was funny.
It
But
was.
had it been a black girl,
It
oh, you're
reminded me of
being
the Spider-Man meme.
antagonistic.
The
Yeah,
little
you're being
Spider-Man meme where they all pointing at each
antagonistic.
other.
You're antagonizing another player.
Yeah, if
You're
it was a black girl,
aggressive.
that would
You're
have went
overly
completely different.
aggressive because we're always aggressive whenever we do the slightest thing. Like we gotta always make sure we're grinning, skinning, and grinning, no matter what's going on with us. But anyone else, it's praised like it's the new thing.
Now, another thing that was brought up is the young lady that made this video said, Angel Reese, y'all gave her hell for doing this. And she was like, I mean, she did that for 5 seconds, and it was competitiveness. She was
Right.
like, but this young lady does this directly antagonizing, and she's getting praise, notoriety, and
Not us.
people
That
are
would have been
really
us.
right. Now I think what made it funny is that she's a white girl doing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. The whole
That shit
video
was
is funny.
hilarious. I ain't
I
gonna
I
lie.
mean, the funny part was
That was something I would have
when
did.
so the
Hello.
one girl from the Indiana, well, one woman from the Indiana team pushed the girl that landed on the lady that landed on top of Caitlin Clark. So the girl continued to point, and the ref was kind of like, "Hey, stop." So I think what made it funnier is they doing a fragrant foul free
What's
throw,
wrong with your
and the
speech
girl,
tonight? You
I
all
don't
tongue
know,
tied, and what's wrong with your
All tongue
lips,
tied.
what's going
bitch,
on?
just fucking me up today. But the young lady she continued to point, and while the girl was shooting the free throws, she was like this. So when the lady missed the shot, she was like, I laughed so hard. I love a good
Childish. The shit
bit.
was childish and it was funny. But again,
It
it
was
couldn't have
funny,
been
but
it couldn't have been a black girl doing it.
No, have you
I
been seeing the clips
I get
though?
that.
I think I'm watching WWE, watching them clips, how they be
Now I think
following each
that
other, slinging each other around.
people I now this one guy at my job, he was like, why do they keep hitting Caitlin Clark like that? And I was like, I know you don't fucking watch women's basketball. You don't watch regular basketball. I know you're not watching WNBA basketball. Why do you care that much? You're trying to make this a black issue. You're trying to bait me, not at work.
Mm-mm.
But people fail to forget that this is a thing that just happens in sports.
Right.
Older people in a sport don't like when a younger person comes in and just gets this notoriety. The same thing happened with Michael Jordan in the 80s. If you've seen some of the flagrant fouls that Michael Jordan got, I mean, there's a clip of Michael Jordan playing against the Pacers, and he goes to the basketball room like this, and the guy literally swept his legs from underneath him, and he like hits the
Oh
ground
wow.
hard. Like, I'm surprised my man got up.
Leg
that's
flipper.
the
That's a
thing.
wrestling move.
That's a thing that's going to happen whenever you're a person that's bringing a lot of attention to you. A veteran is always going to go, "Oh, for real? Not
I
around here."
got
Hey,
something for
yeah,
that.
y'all know what we about to do to him tonight, right?
That's
Don't let it
terrible.
be. Don't let it be a person on a team that's about to retire anyway. They giving out clotheslines. They ain't got nothing to lose. I'm done at the end
Right.
of the year anyway. But I see the seriousness and the bigger picture of it, but it's not going to stop me from the laughs ever. But one of my favorite moments of the
Oh
week.
man.
Producer, my next topic,
Oh
please.
man. Good job.
Ladies and
Great job.
gentlemen, Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics has been traded to the Philadelphia 76ers
About to be a great season.
for a prescription P, aka Paul George, which was one of the worst pickups for the 76ers I have ever saw. This man didn't do shit. He came, robbed the 76ers without a mask and gun because he got a max contract and never delivered on it. I think one thing that's great is we get rid of Paul George's ridiculous contract. We get Jaylen Brown, that is only one season removed from being a part of the NBA championship team, but he was also the MVP of that
Mm-hmm.
team, as well as he's a player that, unlike Paul George, is pretty healthy. He had that team on his back. I mean, he almost won MVP last season. Now, I don't know what kind of extortion was going on that we were able to make that trade, but uh, that was a
They
great
gave
moment.
up. We gave up Paul George 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. I'll
I'm
take
not
that.
mad at the. I
I'll
don't
take that.
usually like giving away first round draft picks, but honestly, the trade off is if we do good with Jaylen Brown, which I expect us to do, them draft picks are going to be really low anyway.
Right.
A pick from the first round, nonetheless. But if we got somebody of this caliber, y'all can take them 2 first round draft picks,
Yep.
and we get rid of Paul George and that ridiculous ass contract. Uh,
I'm
bye bye
excited.
bye.
I feel like it's gonna be a good season.
I mean, we also picked up Anthony Simmons today. I mean, there's talks of LeBron. I mean, LeBron, you can
I've
keep your
heard the
old ass.
LeBron talks. I
LeBron,
don't
you
know.
keep your old ass where you
I
at.
was about to say he old as shit. I don't think we
I,
need LeBron. I
dog,
think I don't.
I
And I
mean,
think if LeBron come over, I think him and Embiid gonna bump heads.
yeah, because Embiid ain't gonna. I don't want
Mm-mm.
to. I can't. I can't do a good
Don't
Embiid
don't
voice.
do it. Don't do it.
I
Please
was about.
don't.
Don't do that.
Please
I was about
don't.
to try. Man,
Mm-mm.
no, no, I'm
No, go
never
ahead.
gonna
Go
do
ahead.
that.
Do it. Ant. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm shy now.
Go ahead.
Now, with that being said, y'all know how I like to end every episode. I mean, every edition of If It Bleeds, It Leaves. Producer, let's play my funny video of the week.
Come on.
Can I explain? No. Let me explain, gang. I love you call it mid-80s. Let me explain, huh? Wait, what? I was doing, it was Spider-Man. No, you was not, but you dope for that dick. No.
That dick, you caught it and you ate.
He caught it and he ate. He did. He
You
really
knew what you
did.
was doing. You was
You
watching them
seen the
days. Like,
video?
cut it out.
He
You
knew
know
what the
what
fuck he
you
was
know.
doing.
You caught that because you
Somebody he was trying to do the Spider-Man. I ain't never seen
it's a
Spider-Man do
lie.
that.
Spider-Man, you know
Listen.
Spider-Man do the finger thing. He don't do the I can't
Listen,
even.
I'm still not catching whatever Spider-Man is throwing.
No, did that you no.
Mm-mm. Ain't no way around that one.
The amount of times, like, it's certain videos that pop up that I'm embarrassed to say how many times I've watched and just laughed.
I
And
posted that
both of
joint in
you,
my story the other day. That shit was hilarious when I see that. I could not stop laughing.
You know what's the
and
funniest
both
though?
of your reactions to the video was hilarious.
You know the funniest thing about that video? The boy in the back that caught it first that was like, yo, well, I thought that was my son. I thought that was my youngest son. I was like, hold up, I know Taylor name. Wait a minute. I said, oh no, that's not T. But that would be his reaction, like, yo, bro, what you doing?
The music, it was the slow music, and everybody looking
And
like,
then him look back like,
yeah, nah,
really?
nah.
And he was
But
smiling and happy. I'm like,
He
no.
was real excited
You,
too.
and you
Like,
catch that.
nah.
Give me
you
that
snapped that
thing.
joint up real nice and
And
hot.
hit a
And
little
ate
gobble,
it.
gobble,
And
gobble.
ate it. That was what
you a
cooked
whole
me.
goblin with it. Come
I
on,
mean,
bro. I know what you're doing.
Listen,
I know what you do in your spare time.
listen. It reminds me of when I was in middle school, and there was this one guy that would hang out with us. I never particularly cared for him, but you can hang out with us because you got access to the girls, and we want to talk to your friends that you cool with, but we ain't cool enough to get there yet. So we gonna keep using you as the gateway to them.
You know why he had the access? All the gay guys had the access to girls.
And I was like, he act a little weird, Joe. Like we'd be sitting there, we'd be playing the game. It's like, yo, it's your turn. Oh no, I don't want to play. We play.
I
And then
don't have
one
no
day we
problem with
That's not
laughing
what
it.
he
and
want to
joking
play
at
with.
we laughing and joking, and he said something one day, and I said, hey yo, Dave, don't invite him over no more. I don't
You
care how
caught
much
it,
money
no pun intended. You caught it.
yeah.
No, all
And
my male friends were gay men growing up.
I love gay males. I don't have no issue with gay
hey,
men.
We have
listen,
fun, okay?
They are funny though. I will
I'm
say
telling
that.
you,
I will
You gonna
tell
we
have a
have a
you,
kid.
ball, no pun intended.
all the women friends I have that have gay friends, when I've hung out and they've been around, I'm not gonna lie to you. The way they like sit and judge people is hilarious to me because
No
they are
facts.
always very opinionated. Now the part that gets interesting is when they be looking around the room and be like, "He gay right there. He on a down low," and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like,
They know.
have you had like interactions with him? He said, "No, I can tell by the way he's acting." I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we were at a rooftop day party. We sitting there drinking, and the dude is like, I'm about to go talk to Rico Suave over there. I was like, you saw the dude that looked like he on a date? He was like, he clearly is not into her. He said, actually, after I go talk to him, you could take her because he's not going home with her. I was like,
And they
It's
be
the
right
eye
every
contact.
time.
It's the look.
They're
It's the
not
eye
wrong. They do
contact.
not be wrong.
It's the
he was
mannerisms. It's a lot of
he
different
was
things.
like, you know what? And it was something real minute of a
Discreet.
detail. He looked at something about the guy's appearance and he was like, straight men don't care about that, about their appearance. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, you ever thought about whatever it was? He was like, you ever thought about doing that? I was like, fuck no. He was like, because you're a straight man. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. They be
But
knowing.
I mean, yeah, and I mean that's in their water, so I guess they would know. But oh, it's about to get interesting, y'all. With that being said, producer, let's jump into that lounge talk. Yo, what up, Hannibal? Long time no see. Welcome back, good brother. But I have a wine cooler topic. I have a topic that's wine cooler / lounge talk, and then I got the lounge talk topic for this
Oh, you got
evening.
layers.
I got layers this evening. So my wine cooler topic for this evening is, what's a Disney story that's straight bullshit? Now, I say that because one podcast that I watched, Poor Minds, they were sitting around, and normally one co-host is drunk and the other one is chilling, but they were both drunk. I said, oh, they about to be on straight bullshit. Let's see where this goes. So the one young lady was like, a lot of the shows and movies that we watched growing up contribute to some of the bullshit that we dealt with or did as adults. So the other co-host says, how so? She said, Cinderella was bullshit. She said, first of all, your homeboy I wouldn't have been worried about you looking around for me with that shoe. She was like, first of all, you would have got that coochie. That shit. I would have said, fuck that shoe. We going home play. I said, wait, what? She was like, and your stepmother was a bitch. She said, and your sisters, they was bitches too. And she said, and you sat there and tolerated that. You should have knew what it was hitting for as soon as your dad did whatever. She said, and your fairy godmother was a crackhead because she worried about your leg. Why she ain't trying to get you out of there? I said,
Hello.
oh shit.
All valid
One
points.
flick of the wine. That's it.
I said
She was thinking small.
that was a crazy drunk deep dive. And then they went to the Whitney Houston and Brandy version. And they was like, first of all, that movie was
Cinderella.
all fucked up. They was like,
Yeah.
first of all, the
Ugh.
ethnicities of nobody matched up in that
At
movie because he
all.
had a black mom, a white, no, a
Whoopi
white
Goldberg.
mom, black dad, and a Filipino son. How the fuck did
Yeah.
that make sense?
None of that shit made sense.
But is there a bullshit movie that you could think of that was a childhood movie?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. Cinderella. Once she said Cinderella, I'm like, damn, there was a good one.
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know
lie to
though.
you. You can look at there's only 2 Disney movies that I could think of that don't have like bullshit undertones to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, well, maybe 3. I don't think Aladdin really has like a bullshit undertone to it that I
I
could
like
think of.
Aladdin. That was a good job.
Moana, that was another one that I don't really feel like had a bullshit undertone to it. And Princess and the Frog is another one that I can't think of offhand that has a
Now,
bullshit undertone to it.
Little Mermaid, possibly.
I was just
Oh,
about to say Little Mermaid.
Little
Little
Mermaid,
Mermaid.
That was
definitely.
what I was gonna say.
If we
Yeah.
want to take it off of Disney and just do kids movies in general, if you want to do that,
We could do that.
the
I
same
actually
lot.
did a college paper on the Little Mermaid, and as I watched it, I said, "Oh, they're preaching that women are to be seen and not heard."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Little
Her giving
Mermaid
her
for me.
voice away to get legs to be able to
Uh-huh.
walk with this
For
man like that.
sure,
That was crazy.
for
Yep.
sure. So you look like you threw the one El Presidente. What you got?
For the kids movies, just the regular kids with The Sandlot. BS.
Mm.
That dog really that old behind dog? Can you
But if
I'm
imagine
they
the
not gonna
can't
kids
lie
see
to
the
you.
today?
dog and it's behind the gate, they wouldn't know. They
Can
just
you imagine the
scared.
kids today?
It,
They'd
it's
punch that
funny.
No,
dog in the back of the head.
North Philly kids would have shot that joint. North
Thank
Philly
you.
Oh
They're gonna
kids
punch
in
no.
that
Philly
dog
got
in the head.
guns.
Like, let's stop playing.
It gets deeper than that. I watched The Sandlot was one of my favorite movies as a kid. And when I was in the army, the PX is a PX on every military base. And it's basically like the closest thing I could describe it to is like a Target. It got a little of everything in there. So I would go in and I would walk past the DVDs, and if I saw like a classic, I would just grab it. So I saw The Sandlot. I'm like, oh, that one of my favorite movies. So I got it and I started watching it, and I was like, they wouldn't have been able to. This wouldn't have been able to come out in modern day. There's
Absolutely
one
not.
part where when I forget the main character's name, but he goes to the new neighborhood and they playing baseball. He's sitting there, he watching. He just, oh, all right, these are the kids in the neighborhood. So the ball goes near him, and they're like, "Yo, throws the ball." He was like, "No, no." They're like, "You won't get us the ball?" So he picks it up and he's like running over there. He's like, "No, throw it." And he was like, "I don't." They said, "Throw it." He goes, "What are you, a wussy?" He throws like a girl. I was like, "Oh, this was funny as a kid. They wouldn't have got that off as an adult."
Mm.
It's some like, I mean, the part where, and I'm embarrassed to say that I went to like a pool party type of situation this weekend, and I had a T-shirt with the little boy that had the glasses that act like he was drowning so he could kiss the lifeguard.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
would.
yeah. I was actually going to wear it tonight, but I couldn't find it before I started the show. But don't be surprised if you see it on one of these episodes.
That wouldn't be.
One of the movies I thought of is Little Rascals. And I
Ooh.
say that because where the fuck was everybody parents at?
Hello.
Where the fuck are y'all parents? Then the little nigga said, "What's the number to 911?" If you don't get the fuck out of my face, what?
One of my favorite parts is when they went to the bank and they were stacked up on top
The
of each other. And
bullshit. The bullshit. Like what? That was never gonna work. Where are y'all parents at?
they was definitely. Now don't act like we ain't all had like a homie in the hood that had parents that just did not care where they went.
None of their parents were there though. It's a group of kids and none of their parents is there.
Not in Fox Chase, sir. You know better.
Your friends is probably out doing drugs anyway.
Oh no,
That's crazy.
No, they were not. We didn't do that.
Suburban kids.
We didn't do that in the case. Thank you.
Hey, are you gonna bring your grandmom's pills to the kickback?
Mm-hmm. Hey, that was high school. That was high school. Don't do that.
Vodka and water bottles.
I mean, for some of the next county over from where I'm at in Virginia, they have a problem with drugs. And when I tell you this one school district, this one school alone had 5 overdoses. And I was like,
dang.
Damn. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
In high school.
These new kids are different though. Like
did you hear about the Benadryl challenge? Take 12 Benadryl. Like, what's wrong with you? Well, seriously, what's
12
wrong
Benadryl,
with you?
that's gonna be your very last
done.
snack.
You done.
I don't like Benadryl taking it when I'm sick.
First, it was the cinnamon challenge when they was choking themselves to death. Stupid. Like, come on, you have nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
They bored and got access to the internet.
That's the problem.
These kids are not outside. We was outside till the street lights came on. We didn't have time to be on the internet.
Let's not act holier than thou. We was outside doing some pretty dumb, dangerous shit.
I wasn't doing no fucking cinnamon challenge.
No, we were doing productive stuff.
We were talking about like dumb shit that we did. And my homie was like, remember jumping off the roof, landing on a mattress? I was never brave enough to do that.
I've seen that. No, you know the bravest game of all? Ding Dong Dixie.
Oh, girl. I ain't gonna lie, that was
very fast.
Yeah.
To ring somebody's doorbell and hide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw one kid.
Our childhoods was productive though. We wasn't doing bullshit. We was doing.
No, we were. We just.
I mean, not to the same level of bullshit that they're doing now.
It's real fun.
I think.
Okay.
I think our dumb shit was more. You could look at it and be like, "That was kid shit." They're doing dumb shit that's just like
they're doing stuff that's going to kill them. You're like Benadryl.
Right. Yeah, 12 Benadryl is crazy.
What are we doing?
I forgot what it was called, but it was some kind of like holding your breath challenges, some shit like that, where you did.
I remember that.
And I remember a little girl died from it, and that was one thing that changed a lot of the regulations and bylaws for TikTok. But I was like,
you just following behind people doing dumb stuff.
Dumb people.
There's a lot of followers in this generation. We ain't do that back then.
That's true.
We didn't do that.
And Ron comment is accurate. I think talking about this the dumbest generation of kids because they really just be doing shit. Like they really.
Now, what I liked about my childhood was all my friends was dumb. So when we did some dumb shit and we all got caught,
one band, one sound.
I blame they dumb asses. Mind you, I'm the mastermind behind the dumbass plan anyway. They were just dumb enough to follow me. But if we got caught, I used to tell the other adults, yeah, they were. Now with my dad, I would never tell him that I was a follower because he was like, you're not supposed to be a follower. So I would just say I was with them when they did the dumb shit. The whole time I was the mastermind. Now, this one is going to be interesting. So I'm scrolling down Facebook yesterday. I'm waiting to leave work. So I'm like, oh, this line is long. Let me see here. So I'm scrolling. And a young lady made the comment that the only niggas that get threesomes is niggas with whack dick. True or false?
But what?
Whack dick.
I can see why she said that. Because typically if it's good, females don't want to share. But then
that was her point.
I get it. I get it. But I also, not me personally, but I know somebody who has said, like, no, I be having threesomes because I need help. Like, tag me in, shorty. Like, come on. Like, he
Wait, what? The
Now
dude?
there,
said she be needing help.
Oh,
She
she
said
need
it
help.
be, yeah, like her man got that stamina, and she like,
like it's
I
too
can't
much
always
for her.
keep up. Yeah, I like it'd be like sometimes she needed a tag team buddy. Like she got tagged somebody. Like, all right, your turn. You know what I'm
She said,
saying?
"Girl,
Like,
this perk dick is wearing me out."
it's probably not now. I didn't say all of that, but I'm just saying
Not gonna stop my
it
joke.
has been said that she's, and I mean she's happy with her man. Like they have a very stable relationship, and she literally said like, "No, I be doing it one because she like girls too, but also like
Right.
she be like." No, like he be fucking me through the wall on a regular basis. So sometimes she just calls for help, I guess.
Not through the wall, mine.
She said he be beating
Now,
her down. Like,
Tiff, is this something that you can see being true, or do you disagree?
Um, honestly, it's a 50-50 thing because like Britt was saying, you'll have situations to where you might like her friend, she needs a tag team, but then in a lot of cases, girls do like girls. That's rapid now.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times now people are very open-minded and they don't mind sharing their partner, regardless if it's
Okay.
good or not. But then you have that really big window where, oh no, it's too good. I'm not sharing because I'm afraid that you're gonna end up wanting to have him and then something's gonna happen between y'all and I can't have that. But
right.
so it's like a 50-50 thing because a lot of people now, from what I hear and from what I see, because I do know a lot of people that are into that poly life, and
Tell them I said what's up.
it kind of is what it is. No, I'm not.
So fucking ignorant.
Highlight
Yeah.
at
Like,
me. But I so the one thing that was wild is when I saw the comment. Now I've never had one myself, and it was always like a mixture of one thing that both of y'all said. For one, when it was presented to me one time, Shruti was like, "I'm not sharing." No. The other was, I don't want you to get into a situation with a girl and then you end up messing with her later on down the line.
Yeah,
Because
like
it would
behind
always
her
be
back.
like, you find a girl then. Hell no, because you think I'm gonna get somebody that I already wanted to take down. No, you find a girl. She could be ugly. I'm just gonna make it work. But you find her and then we do it. I'm not doing it. Because you ain't gonna come
You
out.
setting yourself up for failure.
So
yeah.
what you say?
You setting yourself up for failure doing that because you right. That is the first thought. Or you've been wanting to take her down.
Now, the sad part is there are some people that I could have set up, and I'm like, she know I had a thing for her. That's not. But I had a friend that we were sitting there having a conversation, and a guy that she had a threesome with, she said, I mean, she was in the girls, and she just said that his shit wasn't that good, so she wanted a little bit more excitement in the situation because with him, he just didn't quite deliver. I don't know if it was like a measurement issue or if it was just like a just not enjoyable thing. But she was like, I would much rather have threesomes with him than be one on one because a threesome is more exciting than just one on one with him. And I was just like, yeah,
That's the shame.
I couldn't be in a situation where I'm dealing with a young lady and the only excitement we had is
Well,
threesomes.
part of
Also, I
that
just
is how much did she really like him? Because, in certain situations, if you are feeling somebody and it's not pleasurable to you, you're going to try to teach them or show them the things that they can do to make
that's a
the
great point.
situation better for both of y'all. So at that point, it feels like you don't really like him that much. You just kind of, that's who you smashing. And in order to make it enjoyable,
Okay.
you're adding somebody, because anybody can you sorry y'all, but anybody can you know not be interesting or fun during set. Like, it I don't know what the issue was, but if it's something teachable, I feel like that would have been your first option than to say, oh, I'm not enjoying this, let's have threesomes.
Now, also, I like a few of my friends had went to a singles event in DC, and they were saying that the guys there were weird, and they both ended up going with guys at this weird event, but they both had like just unpleasurable sexual experiences.
But I mean, if they said the
And
situation was weird, they was already out. That
and
that was
I
already
was like, but I said, oh, so let me get this right. Y'all said the guys there were weird and ugly, and y'all both went home with somebody.
and still went
I
home with
said,
somebody.
take me to the next event. I'm gonna be a complete menace.
It seems like it gives a little
I might
bit
get
a
look,
little
I
bit
might
from
get
what you're
the
saying. That gives desperation. Like, because at that point, if you're saying they're weird and ugly, why you didn't respect yourself enough to just go home alone?
I said if they were that weird and ugly, I'm about to go to one of these events and be a complete menace. I might find a threesome that I've been looking for at this event because but they were talking about their sexual experience and how it wasn't good. And they were just saying things, and I'm like, wait, how old were these guys? And I was like, well, not to brag about myself, but I was like, when I deal with somebody, I'll find out what they liked and what they didn't like. This is going to sound so horrible, and I'm gonna use that on the next person. I mean,
But that don't always work, and because what one woman like and don't like might be different for the next person you encounter. So you got to be
listen,
careful doing that.
sometimes you hit a strike, sometimes you hit a home run. You're not wrong at all. But I just like the way they were talking, and they were talking about multiple guys, and I was like, for one, I was like having female friends. I hear stories, and I've learned that way. Also, I've learned just from past partners and tried to improve every time one of those situations ended and I was in my next situation. But I was like, they were like, one thing that they said is the fact that you are knowledgeable enough to ask them what did they like and what they didn't like, or oh, you like that. They said is rare for a man because they were like, most men just care about getting theirs. And
It's an ego thing.
I was like, well, if I just care about getting mine, it's not going to be enjoyable and it's going to feel forced. Yeah, no, I'll pass. But that topic went a lot further than I thought it would go. But now to the main course. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you watched my last episode with my boy, shout out to Playboy, my guy Sherm, we talked about cheating. Now, cheating is a topic that I felt like we brought it up in different capacities, or it's come up in different capacities in past episodes. But I was like, you know what? I want to have a lounge talk where we really talk about it. Now, what I'm going to ask first is El Presidente, what is your definition of physical? No, let's not even go there first. I'm not going to go there first. What is your definition of emotional cheating?
For me, emotional cheating is you having private conversations with another woman about me. You should never be
Okay.
speaking to another woman about me, about our situation. If you have an issue, you need to come to me and we need to talk about it. Emotional cheating is also, um, it can also, for me, you're looking for affection somewhere else.
Oh, that's big.
Getting affection from
Okay.
someone else, getting attention, any type of attention that excites you in a way that you are aroused or that you're now curious to this other person and what they might possibly can bring to a relationship or a situationship. Once
Okay.
the wheels start turning, that's a problem.
Okay. Now, niece, what about you? What's your definition of emotional cheating?
I'm pretty much in agreement with Tiff. Anything that causes you to anything that you're doing that you know I wouldn't be comfortable seeing, like you wouldn't do in front of me, you
There you
wouldn't
go.
say in front of me. I think all of that ties into cheating because it would hurt me if I knew. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's and like Tiff said, you that attention seeking from other people, that's kind of what I feel like how it starts. Once you're searching for
Okay.
that attention from other people, we already in a bad spot because if there not a conversation being had about why you need that attention from other sources, if you're in a relationship, it's there's an issue there.
Exactly.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Now, let me ask you this. I'll start off with you, Britt. What's your definition of physical cheating?
Any physical contact that you know I wouldn't want to see. You got your to me. Now I don't think I'm going. Y'all gonna nail me to the cross for this.
Oh, this
But
is
I
going
think
to
if
get
you go out,
interesting.
no,
I see
look,
it.
cause I feel like if you out and you're dancing with somebody, you know what I'm saying? I don't consider that cheating. That's
Okay.
you out having a good time, everybody drunk, cool. Once y'all get real close and start doing all that grinding and shit, like regular dancing, cool. Once you start grinding on somebody, y'all exchanging numbers
Baby,
and shit.
grind on me.
No, because now we got a problem. You are not fucking Pretty Ricky. None of them niggas. Get the fuck out of here with that
He was
bullshit.
trying to be slickum dickum.
Nah. It's cool to do a little 1-2 with a bitch, but soon as that bitch ass touch you, something's not right. Cause what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And then obviously the obvious, any type of sexual contact, like a kiss, like all of that to me is cheating. Cause you wouldn't do that shit if I was standing right there.
Yes, I would. I'm a thug.
You'd be a single motherfucker too.
You know better. That's what I tell them. You know better. Now, El Presidente, what's your definition of physical cheating?
Any type of physical touch. There's no reason that any of your body parts, anything, should be touching another woman. There's just no reason for it.
I like telling jokes and I like touching people as I'm telling my story. So,
no.
Damn.
No,
Damn.
you shouldn't be that close. There ain't no reason to be that close. You shouldn't be holding hands.
I was just thinking about that. Like holding hands is crazy. Why are you holding hands with a bitch?
I like to greet people like Oprah. I take their hands and say, "How are you doing?"
I'm very conscious because I talk with hands.
You one of them people that would get the shit slapped out of them in a relationship because you play too much. Like you play entirely too much. Like no,
but I talk with my hands a lot. So I'm very conscious. There's sometimes.
Oh, we know that you talk with your hands a lot.
That was the first thing he said to you today.
But yeah, I'm very conscious because I am one of those people. Like if we're cool, yeah, just like Ann said, like I might tap you on the shoulder if it's something funny or what. But somebody I don't know, I'm not touching you. I don't even want you that close to me. I don't like it, and I'm very conscious of how I interact with people because I don't want you to think that I'm being flirtatious with you either. When I just generally have a happy spirit and I'm always smiling or just want everybody to have a good time and just be positive. A lot of times that could be taken as being flirtatious. I'm not flirting with you.
Yeah, y'all both had very like personalities when it comes to that. Like just knowing both of y'all, like y'all do have really polite personalities where I can see if somebody is vulnerable and they just happy to be talking to somebody, like, oh, she really feeling me. No, actually, she talks to everybody like this.
Yeah, I don't like you like that.
Like, I don't like you. I'm
like
sorry.
You like that, but I don't like to see nobody in pain. Like if somebody wants to have a conversation and they want my opinion, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna talk to you. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm not gonna just flee you, and I'm not gonna be nasty. That's just not who I am as a person.
Right. As a person, I care about everybody's mental health and like mental being. People come up and start conversations with me all the time.
Out of nowhere.
And I feel like that's a blessing. Like I feel like, that's something that I hold dear to me. Like that's something babies, animals, random people on the street, they come up and they deal with me. And I feel like that speaks to who I am as a person and my energy. Mm-hmm. But I'm also very much like Tiff. Like it's a certain boundary where I'm still learning how to assert that boundary because a lot of times being friendly with people
the wrong way
leads them to take the impression that, oh, she likes me, like in a fashion that, no, I like you as a person, I care about you, and I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you, but I'm not attracted to you.
And also, here goes some spirit change, brother.
I do be giving people dollars. I ain't even gonna lie.
Now, with that being said, producer, this is where it's about to get interesting. I want to ask the people what y'all got to say about that. Play with y'all, god damn it, I'm not. Now,
Hey
here's where it's
man.
about to get interesting. I feel like I gave my definition on the last episode. If you weren't here for it, go back and check it out. But here's where we're going to get interesting. Now, I'm going to start off with you, El Presidente. Which one do you think is worse?
Mm.
Emotional.
Okay. Now, why?
Because obviously you're searching for something, you want validation for something, you're feeling that is something that is lacking in the relationship, or something that I'm lacking that I'm not giving to you, that you feel as though you need to go out and find in someone else. That's a problem.
Okay.
Can I
Now,
piggyback off that?
I'm gonna revisit that. I'm gonna put a bookmark there. But yeah, go ahead, Britt.
I'm just about to piggyback off what she said because, like she said, there's a breakdown in the relationship at that point, and the fact that instead of talking to me about it, you decided to go start seeking validation or attention or affection from other sources. That to me is like, how do we have a relationship without those things, like a
Yep.
conversation, or you feeling like you're getting that emotional support from me, like especially me, like personally, just because of all the things I just said. I'm a very caring person. I'm very easy to talk to. And if we're in a relationship, I would feel like you're with me because of those things.
There's
Because
no reason why we can't communicate.
exactly, like
Okay.
there shouldn't be a reason why you need to go search for that validation or affection or attention from elsewhere, because if you're with me, I'm going to make sure that I'm pouring that into you. And if that's not
Mhm.
enough for you, then a conversation needs to be had.
We about to get interested. Now, Britt, let me ask you, which one do you think is worse?
I'm with Tiff, the emotional.
Okay. Glad that we all on the same page. Now, for one, since we here, I'm gonna say how it started. I was watching a podcast and a lady said that actually what's her name? Something Nikki
My homegirl just texted me and said, you pulling out that bandana has her screaming.
on neighborhood. But so her name is something Nikki, but she does a lot of the roast and stuff like that. But she has a podcast, and she said that she would much rather her husband go out and just smash somebody and come back than anything else. She was like, that would not bother me because that's a one-off. You were vulnerable in that moment. That's fine.
It's still
She
gonna
said,
bother
if
me.
I
I ain't gonna
find
lie.
out that he paid a bill for somebody, I would be way more crushed than walking in and finding his dick in her mouth. And I was like, absolutely not.
In this
I was
economy,
mind blown.
Went
So
to
wait one
lengths
second.
with.
Before we get there, I just want to tell y'all how I got here. So so she said that, and I was like, what? If I came in the crib and I saw the shorty that I'm dealing with, let's just call her my wife. If I see my wife getting her box ate, first of all, I'm gonna be in court like this.
fa, 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 fa,
Now I'm
fa.
being court like this. Love don't fit. Because Nicole Simpson, you are out of here.
Hmm.
Now, if I went through her phone and she was talking to a guy and she was like, I can't wait to see you again, that would not bother me as much as seeing his tongue in places that I should be the only person that sees. Now, also, I had this conversation because if you first of all, shout out to the episode I had with my twin Ish. That was a fire episode. Listen, not doing nothing tomorrow. Go back and check it out. Dope episode. But it kind of came up in there because she kind of said one of the same things that I'm going to address after this. So after that episode, I went to a friend's house and we were all sitting around talking. And it was a room. So it's three women, two men. And the women were saying, no, it's emotional. And I'm looking at the other guy in the room and I'm like, no, it's the physical that would piss me off. And they were all saying no, but the emotional, which you're not thinking about, is that you're pouring into a person with emotional. But this is what made me come up with this topic. And I had the episode, shout out to Playboy, like I said. I wanted to see the difference between the way women think about it and the way men think about it. Because also, I've been floating this conversation around with friends just in passing and just like sitting around talking. And a lot of things have like made me wither both ways. Now, the one thing I'll get to, because neither one of y'all said physical, shout out to my son Corey. I say no, my bro Corey. I was talking to him about it, and we were talking about physical. So I said that one of my ex-girlfriends, she said, and you were going out when I met you. So I'm gonna tell you, I don't have a problem with you going out, as long as I know where you at. The one thing I'm gonna tell you is if you out and you dance, I'm not even gonna say you can't dance with a girl, you can't buy her a drink. What I'm gonna say is if y'all dancing, she better not throw the butt. And I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because throw the butt, but I was like, I don't see the issue with it. Now, every other guy that I've talked to, except for Corey, saw it the same way I did because they like, yo, if a shorty throw, if my girl, she throw it back like she out having a good time, like I think it's unbecoming. I might not like it, but I don't think it's flagrant enough to be like, yo, what the now,
But when
Corey.
we go out, we shake ass with our homegirls. We
So
we we
I
twerking
mean,
on our friends.
I am not gonna act like a person gets blinders when they get in a relationship. I think that if you're in a relationship, you're still going to be attracted to people you see. I
Absolutely.
personally don't think it's crazy for you to like you see somebody, you might throw him a little twerk. Now he only get half a song, but because any more than that, you're doing a little too much. But if you dance with her, throw it back on him a little bit, and keep it pushing, I'm good with that. But what Corey said is, nah, if she with me, she can't do that. I'm like, why? He said, because if you throw it back on them, that's telling him he has access to you. Now that
Mm-hmm.
he has access to you, he
Yep.
could get your phone number. Now he can get your phone number, and this all started because you threw it back on him. I
Yep.
mean, it could go from your phone number to your fucking, but if you don't twerk on him, that doesn't happen. If she with me, she can't twerk with nobody when we outside. And I was like, oh shit. I was flabbergasted because I was like, I never looked at it from that aspect. I never thought that that was cheating, but I was like, now you had me looking at it differently. Now I still think half a song is not bad. Interaction after that half a song is what I would be concerned about because I've been in a club and I've seen somebody, oh, she looked good. She gave me a little twerk. We did our little half the verse, and then she kept it pushing, and nothing went on from there.
Just me
But he's
personally, I'm
like,
not
What
dancing with
if?
if
What
she
nobody.
if?
I'm not
But what
doing.
if? What if? Not now, not on no shit, but this just me and my brain. All right, y'all seen each other, y'all out, everybody twerking, have a good time. The rest of the night, y'all don't talk. You go out again the next weekend to a completely different place, and she there. What if she spark up a conversation with you?
Because now y'all are familiar. That's why me
She threw
personally,
her ass on you.
I'm
Like,
not
yeah,
dancing
but
with
that's why
nobody. I'm
I
not doing
literally
that
said dancing, cool. Soon as that ass touch you, we got a problem. Because
Well, I'm not gonna lie, y'all are looking at an absolute menace because
hey Ron,
hey Ron.
I've also sat in my girlfriend's face and had a polite conversation with a young lady, and she thought it was just polite. Whole time I'm lining her up, I just don't know the next time I could see her. So you know what? I won't take
see,
her phone number, but let's be Instagram friends. Mm-mm.
see,
I'm
Nah,
done.
see
no,
that
But
you
no, you
but
doing too
already
much.
now
fucked
You
but
doing
up.
too much.
now before we get to Ron, I want to say wait, Ron, I just saw your message on YouTube.
I'm
wait,
backstage,
wait,
motherfuckers.
wait. But before we get back to it, I want to address the emotional cheating one time. Now I wrote my little notes down. So Tiff, you said talking about me to somebody else. Now we brought that up in a conversation that I was having with the group where it was the 3 women and 2 men. Now I looked at 2 of the people in this room and I was like, I've had conversations about my relationships, multiple relationships with both of you young ladies, and I've never had anything remotely sexual with y'all. I don't think it's wrong for a man to discuss his relationship with another woman. Now, this is why I don't think it's wrong because, man, we all think alike. I can tell you personally that me and Ron have talked within the last, like, let's just say month and a half, And me and Ron have talked about the same topic from different angles and literally had the same response go back and forth. So what that means is also on that very topic, me and Ron were not helpful for each other because we left that conversation feeling the same way that we walked into that conversation. Now, I think that when you have a woman that you could talk to about a situation, she could give you perspective that I would have never thought of.
It depends on
I
the
agree.
context also.
It depends on,
It
yeah,
depends on
because
the
I was about to
context.
say, what if she got
No.
feelings for you?
I got one better for you. So what was said is that what came out of this conversation is they both was like, actually, Ant, you were absolutely correct. You told us about your relationships and we gave you feedback. We told you where you were wrong. We told you where we thought she was wrong. But also what mattered in that conversation was intention. The intention in us listening and the intention in you telling us. When you told us, it wasn't like you were telling us because you trying to say like, yo, so like my girl ain't around. So what's up with us now? And also our intention in giving us you advice wasn't, yo, it's a vulnerability in his relationship. I could go in and get it. So I don't think there's anything wrong with talking to somebody else about your relationship because it's obvious that we at a space that we not seeing eye to eye, and we probably had multiple arguments about whatever the issue that's the holdup that we at. I don't think it's wrong with seeking outside advice. I mean, fuck, what's the
If
difference
you're
in
just
telling a
generally giving
therapist about
advice,
what's going
then
on?
I agree. If it's just general advice, I agree. But a lot of times conversations are not just about getting advice. It's you're complaining about your other person. When
Yeah.
you start
And that's
complaining
not
about your
cool.
other person, then you sets the light bulb. Oh, really? She's not doing that, or oh, he's not doing that. Then that person tries to then outperform your partner,
Yep.
and it's very
See
subtle. It
that
starts very subtly.
now I think that goes back to like one thing about me that I think might on some level be considered a character flaw where I expect people to treat me the way I treat them because when I give people advice, I give everybody the advice that they need. It could be like I remember somebody that wasn't a friend, an associate, and you know things kind of got hot and heavy with us. But even in us talking about her relationship, I gave her the advice that I would give Tiff or Britt. I didn't do anything extra. I didn't add any sauce. I think you could do better, but also you're not completely right in this. You are wrong here. Here's where he's wrong, but you have to decide what's best for you. Now, also, Tiff, those friends that you said like are into those being with multiple partners type of thing. Tell them I said a shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on. Now,
Oh my
Ron,
God.
thank you for joining us this evening. Um,
This nigga.
Right? A mess.
Some bullshit.
Whole
happy
entire mess.
belated birthday, good brother.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday,
brother. Thank
Ron.
Hey,
y'all.
y'all,
Thank y'all.
Ron
Thanks.
Thank
turned
you.
a 40 ball this month. Well,
Yeah.
last month, this
Welcome
month.
to the club.
Last Wednesday.
Man, I got about 8 more months,
It's,
11
it's
more
pretty it's
months.
pretty cool, man. I don't feel 40 though. I always got a young spirit. I don't have no aches and pains like most people have, and I don't have none of them issues. Thank God. But yeah.
But Ron, thank you for joining us this evening. Now, I'm going to ask you the same line of questions. First, what do you consider emotional cheating?
I'm
Emotional
unpacking.
cheating is when so
Say hi.
it's perspective. So with a female, emotional cheating is like where they hi, hey, where they confide in like another man, where they're like up late at night talking, where they're like actually catching feelings, where they're like
Okay. I
doing
think the
things
catching
like
feelings is important.
yeah, doing things like they work with this nigga and they bringing him his favorite candy bar,
Mm,
um,
Yeah,
like
that's
stuff like
crazy
that.
as
Yeah,
shit.
like I'm just saying, like I mean, I've been involved in some things, but like
Okay,
they
here I come.
doing things that they know that this person likes. They're doing it. They're doing those things, It's not
Okay.
just like texting, googly eyes or sending nasty messages like that. It's where they're really like they're becoming invested in this situation that's outside of their relationship, where they're investing the
Invested is a
time.
good
Yeah,
word. I think I would like to pair them together. Invested and intention. I think
yeah.
that very much so matters on the topic.
And it's like that silent intent. It's that, oh, I didn't mean for that to happen. But everything you was doing was showing like you was taking the calls, you was meeting up with the person, you was having lunch with the person. You're expressing how you feel about that person. You're saying things like, damn, I really dig you, I really like you. I wish I had met you years earlier. When you're saying things like that, that's where the emotional part comes in at. And if like for men, for us, it's more like I think like for us, you think like emotional, like us cheating is where like we talking to a female about the things that we won't talk to our partner about, and that's a much deeper issue. Like if you can't talk to your partner
That's
about like
huge.
deep like mental health stuff
Yeah.
or whatever you got going on, or if you lost somebody or you dealing with something and you just don't want to confide in them, it's a reason for that, but we're not gonna go there. But like that's where I think it's more like emotional. Like
That
I think
you know
emotional is
what,
worse than the physical.
Ron, that actually is crazy. I remember I was in a relationship and my favorite uncle had died, and I was fucked up. Like from the moment that I found out he died, and so like I cried all the way to his funeral. I was like, all
I
right, let me get
remember.
it together. I got up there and they I was the person that had to my aunt was in a wheelchair. I was the person that had to walk her in there first and go up to the funeral. And she sat there next to the casket and I cried the whole time I was up there. My cousin was like, you was trying to look tough. Nigga, I saw you crying. I was like, but I had my glasses on. He said, nigga, I can see behind your glasses. But I got out of that funeral and the girl I was dating proceeded to have an argument with me. And I could not fucking believe it. And the craziest part is somebody from my past had saw the post that I posted about my uncle, was like, damn, like I know what he was to you, and like called me, and I had confided in her about how upset I was. And I was like, damn, my own girl didn't even go there with me. And
And
well, Ryan, you know this young lady.
yeah.
Um, Parts of the reason why we're not together.
The one thing about men though, the one thing about men, one thing about us, and I experienced this, I can say it, like with Jordan's mom. I told her something about one of my kids,
This nigga
and me and
love
her
name
went.
dropping.
I ain't speaking to nobody.
He ain't
Um,
really drop a name.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 40. I can do this. So we had like we had broke or whatever. I told her something. It was a little like a secret about one of my kids. And when we went through the beef, she put it on Facebook. And like literally, even I mean, like yeah, you got her, she younger, but nevertheless, this neither here nor there. But from that point on, like I would never tell her anything. Like anything would be matter. I could be fighting cancer. I would not fucking tell her. You know what I'm saying? Which is the wonderful thing about uh person I'm seeing now. Like it's a difference when you able to like confide in
Sound like a
people
girl's nephew.
and tell.
And
No,
you really
seriously,
a
a man,
fucking asshole.
he's
Like you're
horrible.
really
He's
an
horrible.
asshole.
It's horrible. You got one coming back. But yeah, so like men, we don't like when I mean obviously niggas be cheating. They okay, yeah, like the fucking and all, and that's not cool either. But the emotional part be more about you feeling more comfortable around a certain individual versus your partner. And then
Yeah,
and there's a level of selfishness on the male part too, because you should
for
probably
sure.
date that situation, but you holding on or being hopeful, whatever you want to call it. But it's more so about, damn, I can like most dudes that like fall in love with a chick outside of their relationship, it's a whole bunch of, damn, we was hanging out, we was watching the game together, or we was doing this together, we was going like we were doing shit together, we were bonding, you know what I'm saying? And then they start liking her. The girls, it'd be a little similar, but it's more so like a whole bunch of I wish, I wish, I wish. It's like that silent shit, but they know what they doing. But that emotional shit, yeah, like that's you ain't never seen nobody like on the news, like OJ didn't kill his wife because like she cheated with a nigga she just met. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she completely built the whole relate. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's intent behind it. There's emotion, like anything with emotions where people be crashing out. Nobody crashes out because somebody slept with somebody or a chick they met or anything like that. And also
Yeah,
letting somebody grind on you in the club and throwing the ass back, that's cheating. That like it's no like that them chicks that be going to with Chris Brown, like the relationship would be over. Like the chick that was
Yeah,
up there, she was
absolutely.
getting dry fucked in front of everybody. and she
Yeah, that's
engaged.
crazy
Yeah,
as
like
shit.
we would go from preparing for a wedding for a funeral. Like that's not happening. Like we're not doing
Fish
that. We're
fry.
not doing
We
it.
went from buying
Yeah,
flowers to now
yeah,
needing a flower
yeah.
and fish fry.
Red roses to white roses. Like, what's wrong with you?
Hey yo.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
Agreed.
right
No, I
though.
agree.
You're right. You didn't
Yeah,
say
I
nothing
said I was
wrong.
so triggered. I was like, and then like the people that want to argue that, like, oh, it's Chris Brown, bitch, I'm your fiance.
Chris Brown is just another person
Just
like all
another
the rest of
person,
us. And
another
if you
person.
didn't
Exactly.
have that money and you did that,
It,
it would be a
right?
problem.
Because
Like,
you wouldn't let Jerome at the bar fucking do that to you
but you might.
because
You
yeah,
might. If you
I
let
was
yeah,
Chris
about to
Brown
say,
do
yeah,
it,
you
I
I
might,
would
don't know
hope,
what you
bro,
would
you
I
do.
might,
would
you
hope
might,
not.
yeah, you might. But also, I think that's also that'll tell you all you need to know about your partner too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's like you willing to allow somebody to do that to you in front of millions of people,
No, and I'm
but
gonna see it. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna see
but you
this.
got a 90-day rule for me. Like what's going on?
Listen. Summer Walker, she said, and that's a person with notoriety. She said, ah.
Yeah, people. Yes, it's very sad. I'm not.
It's,
Now,
it's, it's,
Ryan,
it's
with that being
boundaries.
said, because I feel like you were triggered on both answers, so I'm going to ask you, which one do you feel is worse?
What's worse? Probably emotional cheating. Cause like, I mean, like if your chick if she sleep with somebody, yeah, that's fucked up. But if like you got in a relationship for 6 years and then she fall in love with somebody else, like that's a mind fuck. Like your mental health is gonna be in shambles. Like it's like, wait, what? You love this nigga? Like what?
No, a penis
It's
in
just
her mouth is going to
confusing
have
because
a
you're
penis
having
in
all
her mouth is
these.
going to have me in shambles.
No, if you're having these
She
conversations
had
and
penises in
building
her
a
mouth
whole
before she met you.
relationship, building
Whatever
a
happened before
relationship
me
with
don't
somebody,
matter.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
If we're together, like Ron said, you 6 years in with somebody, and you find out for the last 6 months your person been dealing with somebody else. Like, what the fuck? What has been going on with us for the last 6 months where we didn't have
Yeah.
a conversation before it got to
Exactly.
this
Right.
point?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, I get that, and that would get my blood pressure high, but what would give me a heart attack is somebody beating that box up.
Somebody was beating up before you got there.
Whatever happened before me is above me now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I disagree.
I don't know.
They're both bad, but I
Now,
would be more triggered
I'm not
by.
saying that I wouldn't be upset. I just think for me, and I'm starting to feel like I'm in a room all by myself because I think the physical is the part that's
No,
going to
I
bother
get
me
what
way
you're
more.
saying, and
Physical is
I
bad.
get it. You're making a valid point, but I'm just saying on my end, like I can understand walking in a room and seeing the person you love with somebody else that's gonna fuck you up, right?
Mhm.
That's nobody's negating that we're gonna feel some type of way. At the end of the day, cheating is cheating, it's gonna hurt regardless.
Yeah,
But knowing that the person that you're building your life with is also building a life with somebody else,
that
that
hurts
I feel
deeper.
like that's traumatizing. Like that's not
Mhm.
something like I could get
Fuck.
over you fucking somebody else. Like I could get over that. We, all right, shit happens. Maybe you was drunk. Maybe it's a lot of reasons that can happen. But knowing that you're being intentional and building something with somebody else, that's a serious violation of trust, and that's something that I feel like it's gonna be very hard to come back from.
That's just
Now
like
I have
say
to.
supposing you having lunch with somebody at work and you having lunch with a young lady at work and y'all have conversations. In the conversation, you mention to her your favorite cologne or your favorite dish. The next day she come back with your favorite dish
Oh
that
my
she
God, you
cooked
so
for you.
thoughtful.
And emotional lead
She
to
was
physical.
invested in the conversation so
Emotional
much
definitely leads to
that she
physical.
wants
You're
to then
building.
show you, here you go, here's your favorite dish.
Brett, you know what? As we were sitting here talking, I thought about something, and I think that for sure, I'm not going to say it's 100%, but I'm going to say about a solid 90%. I think women emotionally cheat at like a 90% anyway. It was something that guy showed you now. Not to say that women haven't cheated. She saw somebody at a club. He put the moves on her, was spitting some crazy game, and they went home. But I do think on a 90% percentile that women cheat emotionally, but I think that that's the way I process it. That leads to the physical fuck. So fuck, I gotta agree with y'all.
It's a mental thing. It's a
Yeah,
if you got her mentally, that's it. It's nothing else next to do but that.
yeah.
Yep.
because
You got her.
Yep.
kind of going off of what like similar to what you were saying earlier, I was talking about the person that the sex or stuff like that. If you got an emotional connection with the person, you can work through that, or it might not even mean as much to you. But if it's somebody you just then it's just trash. Like I don't have a reason to even empathize about
Yep.
anything or second thinking. But if I like think I love this person, I'm invested. So I'm like, all right, let's figure something out. Let's figure out something. Let's figure out what you like. Da, 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 da.
Yep.
So
Listen,
like that
Pillow
emotional
Gonna
Princess, I'm
start
gonna
But
just
that
dating
goes
deal
to
with
her.
it because I love
how
her.
much do you care about the person you're with
right.
though? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a big part of it. A lot of conversations are not being had,
Yep.
and I think that's the biggest part of why relationships break down the way they do, because there
Yeah.
are certain conversations that should be had before y'all get to
Ego.
the point where somebody feel, and I said that earlier too. It's an ego thing. But it's you need to get to a point with, if you're planning on spending the rest of your life with somebody, uncomfortable conversations are necessary.
Oh my
Yep.
God, yes.
And honestly, if like you said, uncomfortable conversations are definitely necessary. And if you can't, that tells you a lot about a person. Like I have always been a person where I don't have a problem having uncomfortable conversations. Now, not saying I fucking love saying like having these conversations, but
Right.
like if I don't care about you, it's easy to not want to talk to you about it. Because why am I even bothering?
You're
And
going to
like,
enjoy every aspect of your relationship with that person that you care about, that you're pouring into, because you want to see something grow from this.
yeah.
For
The
Right.
sure.
biggest
And,
piece is communication. If it's something that you're doing that might be offensive to me, if it's something that you're doing that I'm not enjoying, we need to sit down and come together and have a conversation about it. Now,
hello.
once I tell you
Maturity
and you
thing.
still continue to do it, obviously you don't care,
Yep.
because I
Right.
brought it to you at
Well,
least so that you could
I
change.
won't say that. I will say that sometimes it is harder to break certain habits.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Not when
If
it
you
comes
care
down to
about
Um,
somebody that you
somebody
care
and they're
about.
telling
It's
you
and
not.
that what
So
you're
you're
doing
gonna
is
so if
hurting
a
them,
person
as
tells
a
you something that is wrong, you instantly gonna fix it and it's instantly gonna be
no,
perfectly
n-
good.
I'm saying this as man, as a
That's what I'm saying.
if I'm dating somebody or I'm in a relationship, a committed relationship with a person, and it's something that I'm used to doing, no matter what it is, whether it's like for like we can use cooking because since I know how to cook, that doesn't mean everybody's gonna like my cooking. Like so that doesn't mean a lot of people take it as if they don't like something that you do, you're not doing it well. No,
Oh
you did it,
hell
you
no.
did it well for everybody.
No.
This person has a different preference. It's just like
just
I
like
don't put like
when
I
I
don't
told
use
Aunt
salt.
earlier, you
Yeah.
can't use the same tactics on every person. You
Yeah.
gotta learn the person that you're
Nope,
Like
dealing
nope.
with.
I'm now because y'all making this very surface level. I'm going to get real vulnerable and honest and serious with y'all. I've been nonchalant my entire life. I'm gonna tell you how deep me being nonchalant goes. My daughter has my nonchalant personality. So when I'm dealing with somebody and I'm nonchalant, so we can have arguments, we could be having a good time. My mode is kind of very much like this. It might go spike a little bit here or there, but I'm very much like this all the time. Now I'm dealing with people and they're saying like you nonchalant. I don't even feel like you care. I feel like me not yelling at you when we having an intense moment is kind of doing us both a favor. When we out and we
absolutely.
having like super fun, I'm not like super duper happy because that's not my personality. Now, my nonchalantness only becomes a problem when we're in a conflict. I don't like you being nonchalant, and that's supposed to change overnight. I've been this way my entire life.
That's completely different,
So
because
yeah,
if you're
being nonchalant
nonchalant
is
when it
not gonna
comes to
affect your
that,
relationship.
yeah, that shouldn't
It
affect your
might.
relationship.
It
I
might.
disagree
It
Because if
might.
you're
Him
telling
being
me,
nonchalant might affect his relationship
because
because
it looks like I don't care.
yep. I was just
mhm,
about to say that. I was
see,
just about to
but
say that.
again, it's contextual as well. If I'm telling you up front, if I come to you and tell you, okay, I'm a nonchalant person, okay, and I'm noticing within the time that we spend together, everything that the way that you react to certain things is what you exactly say. I'm not going to be expected for you to act any other way,
Right.
because you've already
Sis, I
shown me
think
that.
that's I can understand it, but I think that's just you being an understanding person.
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, in my relationships, from
I
where
have
I'm
a
at right now
friend.
as a 39-year-old to like when they started to get a little bit more serious around 18. Me being nonchalant has been a problem the whole
I
way.
have a friend
And every
who
person has
broke
been
up.
like, and I think that people get misconceptions because, like, you guys know, I'm a walking meme. But I had fun. But people expect me to be that person all the time. And that's really not me.
But
That's
Right.
just
those
me in
people,
those
are they
moments.
used to?
But they see that and expect that. Now when I deal with stuff on a day-to-day, I'm very nonchalant. And when we having an argument, for instance, and I'm like, all right, whatever, like that's just what it is. Oh no, so you don't even care? No, I'm
No,
not
but
getting
somebody
hype
that
about it.
wants you to be
That's
So,
what it is.
confrontational, that's
all
something wrong
right,
with
all right,
them.
whatever.
Because
That's
why
what
do
it
you want
is.
me to be
That's the problem.
confrontational?
Say that again.
Go ahead,
Wait,
Ryan. You go ahead.
No, I feel like saying, all right, it's whatever. That would be the problem. You being nonchalant is not the issue. Nonchalant is the demeanor. You saying, all right, whatever,
it's
that's the way it
dismissive.
is. That's it's
That, yeah.
dismissive. That's the problem. That's the issue. You being nonchalant, cool, calm, and level is not the problem. You voicing as if like the shit don't matter. Like it ain't gotta
Hey
Or
be
yo,
no.
saying
hey
it
yo,
ain't that
Ryan, you
deep.
got a beverage by you?
No, I ain't
Pull
no
on your
beverage.
shirt. This nigga's wearing a wire. He's wearing a wire. Who you working for? You not a cop, Jay Reed?
Damn.
But no, you
No,
know what? Honestly, that makes a lot of sense.
it being
Now,
like. But
oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, just being open. I think in your relationships, you got. I mean, we can talk offline. I don't want to go too far. I know you pause, but you gotta be a little more. You gotta be a little more open. I feel like when you in a relationship, like everything I do that I think I do well, and everything they think they do well, like you trying to mesh all that stuff together. So like, um, just because I mean, like I don't make the bed. I don't make the bed. I may deal with somebody that making the bed is a pet peeve. It's easier for me to learn and to start making the bed than it is to be stuck in my ways
Yeah.
and not make the and try to change them to do some shit that I probably should already been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's small, but I mean that's surface level. But I'm just using that for an
Yeah.
example. Like,
Okay.
it's easier for me to change that. Okay, I don't even know how to make a bed, but I'm pretty sure they can teach me. You teach me how to do it. All right, boom. That's an argument we never gotta have. You know what I'm saying?
They
And
took
then
me in
that
the military. I still don't do it.
I'm just saying I haven't made the beds. I can't. I don't think I've never made a bed in my entire life. Like I
I
just
mean,
roll
when I
out.
get up, the way I left it, that's where I was comfortable. When I get
Yeah,
back
because
up,
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
Here's
But
another
also,
yeah,
angle.
yeah.
Here's another angle, and I'm going to speak on
Absolutely
personal
not.
experience with this one. I was dating somebody. This is a while ago, and whenever we would get into a situation, it just seemed like everything ended up being confrontational. And because I wasn't yelling and screaming and acting all out of character, it was taken as, "Oh, you don't care," or "Why
No,
you not
because you were
yelling and screaming back?"
nonchalant.
Why am I yelling and why do you want me to yell and scream? So that's where it becomes a problem. What is it within you that you
You
want
can't
me
have a
to
conversation.
yell and scream at you and we can't sit down and speak as two grown people?
that
Yep,
was
that
Something
are
is
supposed to
wrong
care
there.
about each other. We
Yeah,
supposed to
something
love
is
each other.
wrong there where you want me to yell and scream. Why do you want showing love is not me yelling and screaming and arguing back at you and that's not love. That's not
That
showing
toxic
maturity.
shit.
Let's sit down and
the
let's
T word. Yep.
dissect what the issue is so that we can get around it. I shouldn't have to yell and scream at you and go back and forth with you for you to think, okay, she does love me. No, I love
Yeah.
you because I'm not doing
That's
that.
a great
I'm
point.
trying to
Yeah.
show
I,
you something different. There's a way to handle things so that we can move forward on a positive note so that we can grow. That's not going to do anything but stifle our growth if we're going back. Nothing is going to get solved if both
hmm
of us have a hot head and we're
We can't
yelling and
even
screaming
hear,
back and
you
forth.
can't even
That's
hear what the
stupid.
other person is saying if we're both yelling. Like
Yeah,
we're
you're
Yeah,
not
trying to
we're not
outdo the other
listening to each other.
person. Exactly. You're trying to
yeah.
outdo
That's
the
a
other
great point.
person.
I dated
So
somebody that the only way I can get through to them was to meet them like that. Like I was raised by women, so I know how to like communicate well and all this and that. But like when I would be calm and stuff about it like that, like they would fire back like just aggressively and it's like they wasn't hearing what I'm saying. But whenever I got aggressive or yelled and screamed, oh my point got across. But like that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? That's not who I am at
and
my
you
core.
shouldn't have
So
to do that.
like yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's not
it was their
Now,
upbringing.
Ryan, I
Like
only
that
disagree
upbringing.
with you saying because I was raised by women. I communicate well. I disagree for one issue, for one moment. The women that I know in my experience aren't well at communicating. I think they're okay at communicating. Now, where I think makes a difference is what was their communication style.
Yeah, the style is important.
Because I think that um, some people might, for instance, my dad is a person that yells. I don't think that my father, in his like younger years growing up, communicated well when he yelled, because then it's almost like, oh, I don't even feel like fucking talking no more. Just say what you gotta say. Now, my mother's sarcasm wasn't too much better, but I think she was very even keel. And I think I like when I'm arguing, I start there, and then when I'm not getting my point across, I become my father with the yelling shit. But I think that like communication style does vary, because I think me personally, I think that I'm a good communicator, but what I'm learning is that I don't communicate effectively all the time,
Mm-hmm. Which is
because I'm not
important.
meeting people at their level. I'm meeting them at the level where I want to be, but
Right.
that person might not necessarily be there. And I'm also just as bad as that person because I'm not trying to meet them at their level. Now, what would you say is a rebuttal to that, Ryan?
I think it's about if you taking the time to actually like I think like we were saying earlier, like we skip so many steps like dating and meeting people. Like if you actually taking the time to get to know people and like learn things about them, like really take the time. I don't think we get there. I think while a lot of us have had failed relationships is because we just skip from
Ask,
step one to step
ask
seven.
pertinent
Like
questions.
Yeah.
yeah,
Ask the
y'all go out on a
appropriate
few dates and
questions.
now you got a fucking drawer in my house. Like it's like we skipping so many steps. And then you by the time you get to the point where like something serious happened, well, we're not even able to handle it because I didn't even know that you had a shitty dad or that you never had a male figure in your life. So when I come to you with advice or a little bit of constructive criticism, you automatically get defensive. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Mm,
Right.
like I'm not able to understand it. I just think you've been ignorant because I didn't ask anything
Yeah.
about your dad. I haven't even met your dad. You get what I'm
You
saying?
haven't
I
taken
didn't
the
even
time
think
to
of that.
learn that person.
Right.
I
So if
tell
you take
people all
we
the time, do
yeah,
not yell at me, because the
yeah,
moment you yell at me, I'm going to shut down. I don't handle
yeah,
situations like
immediate.
that. I will
Yeah,
shut down. I will not
I
speak. I'm just not.
yeah. I know that that is one of my biggest issues. And I remember this one girl I was dating. I yelled at her. We had a moment out, and she had tried to get her shit off about me yelling at her. I kind of tried to defend myself because I was like, but what you did was like kind of on the same level because you were like condescending. And I don't like people to try to talk to me like I'm dumb. I'm not a dumb person at all.
right.
But I think that triggered that. So we both were at like a head-on collision at that point. But she was just like, I mean, do you do you yell at your daughter like that? Yes. Actually, I do. Do you yell at people at work like that? Yeah, actually, I do. She's like, maybe you should just stop yelling at people. Yes, I've yelled at my supervisors, all three of them. But
I
this,
think I think a part of it is like Ron said, you skip a lot of steps in dating these days. Like you don't really know people's triggers or what how you should be communicating with them or how they expect you to communicate with them. Like it's a lot of and it's all gonna keep tying back to what I said, conversations that need to be had. If you care
I'm
about
going
this
to
Taking
say,
person,
time
you
to
feel
get
like
to
you
know
love
each
this
other.
person, these are conversations that should be had.
I don't
Hmm.
think that's
It,
skipping steps though. I think that
it, I
Did
think
he
it
freeze?
froze. This thing just froze.
Yeah. So I'll say this: taking time to get to know each other. That's
Mhm.
a huge thing because, like you were saying, Ron, like you were saying, Britt, I'm not going to know what your triggers are if I don't know nothing about you. And a lot of people
Right.
skip. They meet each other. They're instantly. It's the eye thing. You caught my eye. I'm attracted to you. So now, oh, we're sleeping together in a week. I don't know.
Right.
Now you're all wrapped up in this relationship. Now it gets emotional. Like you said, Ron, I now got a drawer in your house and I don't know nothing about you.
Don't even
I
know what size
do
drawers I
something like,
wear. Like
I might do something like, I might do something like cook you the wrong thing or say the wrong thing. And I don't know that that's triggering you from something that happened in your past, whether it be how you grew up. Oh, you can't hear? Can you hear? Can you hear?
You can't hear nobody.
I can't hear nobody now.
Really? I think that means we done went over our time. Can you hear me, producer?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Nothing's changed. I don't know what happened with Ant, but
I can't hear anything.
Oh wait, I can hear. I can hear you
Can you hear
talking,
now?
Shannon, but I can't hear nobody else.
I can't hear nothing.
Oh, that's
Y'all can hear
odd.
me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
I can hear you.
You can hear
I
me?
can only hear you talking. Like I see Tiff and Ron talking, but I can't hear
I
them.
can't hear nobody. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna back out. Come back in.
Okay.
Pause.
everybody off of mute. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. Once computer cut out, it feel
That
like
was
it
it.
fucked everybody up.
He was like, all right, it's time to go. It's time for my bed. It's time for bedtime or party time since it's his weekend.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
And you can still hear me good, Shannon?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, it sounds like I can hear Tiffany through your in your background, but I can't hear her
Oh, that's
myself.
odd.
I'm gonna say I think I can hear everybody.
Oh, Ron
now.
done logged
How
off,
about
logged
now,
back in. I
Ron?
still can't hear
What the
him.
hell? I'm on here twice.
Well, I can hear Ron. I can hear Britt. I can hear Tiff.
I can hear everybody.
You're good now?
Yeah,
Do
it
I
was
need to leave and come back?
when Ant got
All
paused off.
right.
There go
All right.
Ant.
I can't hear Ant either
My
now.
phone died on me.
I thought you had to go get your contract renewed.
Wow.
Can everybody hear each other?
I
Yeah,
can't hear
I can
nobody.
hear
I'm gonna leave and come
everybody.
back.
Yeah, that's.
But I think also like people confuse red flags for like triggers, like a trigger from your prior relationship. Like
Mhm.
you could do something that reminds you of some shit that happened in your last relationship, and it's like that motherfucker's not really trying to be. They just doing something that triggers you, and instead of you realizing like, damn, it's a trigger, and you got to deal with that, and however therapy or whatever, you just treat it like, oh, that's a red flag, and people either dead the relationship or they don't take it as serious as they otherwise would.
I mean, you
I
absolutely
agree.
right. And another thing, like with the young lady I was talking to, when she told me why yelling at her was a trigger, like I understood it and I did try to work on it, but I think I got more out of understanding why it was a trigger, just as a little bit more than I just don't like it. Like I don't like why you eat with your mouth open.
Well, see, that goes to show
That
when
shit
you really
fries me.
care about somebody, you'll take the
No, that shit
time
fries
to
me.
understand them and to want to know what their
It
triggers are
does.
so that you don't
And
do
that
it.
is very much so not an overnight process.
No, it's not. It's
A
not. But
lot of
something surface.
changes. A
Something
lot of
surface.
changes
It
are not
is.
gonna be overnight changes. That's unrealistic. I think. Again, you
Agreed.
meeting somebody completely different from yourself. You got to be willing to
Mm-hmm.
compromise on certain shit. But if the
Absolutely.
conversation is never had, how do we know that that's something we need to compromise on, or how do that person know that that's something that they need to work on moving forward if the conversation is not had?
Exactly.
And
That's the
Absolutely.
right
Nobody's a
question.
mind reader.
and experience matter too. So like, if
Mm.
obviously like if I'm 4 years old, so if I meet somebody,
Dang.
You proud of that 40. You just keep saying
Y'all
that.
are
if
annoying.
if I decide to date a girl that's 32 or 33, it doesn't mean she's not experienced, but obviously I have a lot more life experience and probably a lot more experience in general
Yeah,
than she does. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to take all that into account. You know what I mean? When people are like, you almost become like real judgy, like, oh, like why did you do that way? That doesn't make any sense. Obviously I get why it doesn't make sense, motherfucker. I've been here forever. Like you know what I'm saying? You're still
I've been here
learn.
forever. It's crazy.
No, seriously, like you still learning. Or it's like, or if you got like, if you 30, like I see people all the time that judge people that like they'll have their first kid at 35 and then like they're struggling with stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't get why they're doing it. It's their first kid. Like, how are we not understanding it's their first kid? The age doesn't
yeah,
even matter. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
I think a lot of times like obviously you gotta ask the right questions. A lot of people they don't like to tell their business, but you need to know what they've been through or what they've done in order to like make your current relationship work. Because more than likely, I think Tim was saying like most people go into these relationships doing exactly what they were doing that didn't fucking work in the previous one. You get what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means like you're doing what works for you,
Yeah.
not
And
what
you're
works
being
for
that's
us.
selfish. That's selfish, and you're doing a disservice to the relationship by not taking the time. I
Can you
mean, the
rephrase it again?
relationship is change, it's growth. You're gonna grow within each relationship that you're in because it's different experiences. You're not gonna
Yeah,
experience the same thing in every single relationship. So if
Right.
you don't learn from that and take that into account,
well,
you're doing a disservice to yourself and that person that you're with.
I agree with Tiff. That was a valid point.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We have not gone overtime like this in a long time. This has been a fire episode.
Told y'all we was
I
gonna cut
can't
up.
listen. I can't wait to go back and watch this over again. Ain't no work tomorrow, so I ain't got nothing but time.
I don't go back to
Now,
work
Ron,
until
since you were the
Tuesday.
last person to come on this pause to come through this evening, do you have any last words for the good people?
don't you fucking talk to me like that.
Yikes.
Fucking sick. No,
Y'all are
uh,
stupid.
enjoy your holiday weekend. Stay cool, stay hydrated. It's gonna be hot as shit. I gotta work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I didn't have to work today,
Dang.
but yeah, it is what it is.
You
Stay
But
blessed.
yeah,
You have a
hydrated,
just
my
job, good
brother.
brother.
Stay
huh?
hydrated,
You
my
got a
brother.
good job. You got a job, my good brother. That's a
Yeah,
blessing.
Man,
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
honestly, fuck Ron, because he get to see them people that's coming to see the World Cup, all them baddies that's coming through, where they going. You ain't low. You happy to go to work tomorrow.
He's stupid.
I'm not a
It's
baddie
gonna be
chaser.
hundred
I be
degrees
outside
tomorrow.
loading the
Ooh.
bags onto the plane, and then I go back
Like,
inside. Yeah, it's gonna be 10
And look at
102,
the
something like that.
baddies. You ain't low, brother.
No man, I
I
go
don't
back
think he
inside.
want to look at baddies in 100-degree
Yeah,
weather. Like that shit ain't that
Look,
ain't
you're not
even.
thinking about that in 100-degree weather.
at
That nigga gonna be
all.
trying to survive. Like
Yes, I got a tan, and I haven't even been on vacation. This is blasphemy.
Oh, y'all light skinned people kill me talking about y'all teens. It's like
Yeah, cause
no,
my
appreciate
arms start look like the top of your head. I'm not liking it.
hey yo.
but yo, good brother, good brother. Good
Stupid.
brother, I appreciate you coming through. You definitely extended the episode by half an hour that I did not see coming at all. I said,
I
"Oh,
try.
we Ron there. Oh, Ron came through. Then he came through with flames." I said, "Damn." But no, appreciate you coming through. We'll talk later, good brother.
Have a good weekend, y'all.
All
You
right,
Take
too.
care, Ryan.
now, Britt.
I'm
Any
here.
last words for the good people?
No, that was actually a good topic this time. I'm glad you asked me to come. Um, I've always appreciated to be here. Always interested to talk to y'all and pick y'all brains a little bit. And kind of same as Ron. I hope everybody stay hydrated, stay cool tomorrow. It's gonna be 100 degrees. I don't have to work tomorrow. Well, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I work from home.
Oh,
So
that's a little trash.
and it ain't gonna be busy. It's Friday. All the warehouses are closed, so I really ain't gonna be doing shit and catching up on emails and
Now,
really not doing that.
I just want to say something. I've been noticing a pattern. Like when I have like a fire, like, oh, this gonna be a good episode topic, you always available. Do you do that on purpose? Like you working with
How
them
I'm supposed
folks?
to know the topics
You
before you
working
send
with
them to
them
me?
folks? But
It's
no,
always a pleasure.
as
Always.
always, niece, I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming through.
Love y'all.
Talk to you later. Love you too.
Favorite.
El Presidente, big dog. Appreciate you coming through this evening.
Thank you
You
for
have
having
any
me.
last words for the good folks?
Nope, just thank you for having me. I was really excited when you asked me to come on, especially when I saw that Britt was going to be on, because the last time we had a fire conversation.
For sure.
Tonight was dope. Like, I don't remember the last time you was on till like 9 o'clock.
I
So
know, right?
I gotta go pray after this. But
Right.
this is my Friday. I don't go back to work until Tuesday. I'm gonna enjoy
Damn,
every
Tuesday.
second of this because I was just on vacation celebrating my birthday from last. So
Oh,
this
you
is an
lit.
extended birthday for me. But I just want to say thank you. I want to tell everyone to stay safe. Like, this heat is taking people out seriously. Check on your loved ones, especially the older ones. Stay hydrated. Enjoy this weekend. Be safe wherever you're doing. Just think about where you're going, who you're with, in situations. Just be safe and enjoy.
Appreciate you coming through, El Presidente. Now, man, y'all done killed my battery. This was a fire episode. But y'all know how I like to end every episode. It's a holiday weekend. Make sure y'all being safe. Make sure y'all being hydrated. But as always, live every day like it's your last, but make sure you are ready for tomorrow. God bless and good night.
Everybody out my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up out my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up in my house, nigga. Get the fuck up out my house, nigga. Nigga, quick up. Get the fuck up out my house, nigga. Huh? What?